Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Live Bird TV. So, in terms of everyone's heads falling off, I see everyone's on Twitter, or X as they call it, and all the other sort of social media platforms that are absolutely over dramatising the fact that Liverpool haven't signed a player yet. On July the 24th, there's a lot of reasons why that's not happening, and a great piece I've just shared on the group a minute ago explains it perfectly. So I'll just read it out first and then we'll talk in further detail about it. So, it says here, 3 seconds, just got it. So, Arne Slot wants time to fully access all the talent he has inherited from Jurgen Klopp before making decisions on players' futures. Arne Slot is also committed to developing an exciting crop of academy youngsters and ensuring a pathway exists from the club's youth set up to the first team. Now, before I go on here, the reason why I want to explain this is because when Jurgen Klopp decided to leave, and we had that fabulous League Cup final where I've got to say this now, that's probably one of the greatest cup finals I've ever watched in my life. In terms of, yes, Istanbul was great, yes, you know, Madrid was brilliant, but and Alaves, but to win it against Chelsea the way we did with them kids coming off the bench, and I remember that amazing LA going around Wembley, which was incredible. When Klopp told us he was leaving, the first thing that come to my mind was, what's going to happen to McConnell? What's going to happen to Ben Doak? What's going to happen to Jadon Dans? You know, all these players that we've got coming through. So I wanted somebody to come in that's not going to kill that. We didn't want a Jose Mourinho coming in and stuff like someone that's going to kill the pathway. So I think that FSG, that sign these youngsters, by the way, this is what does my head in. So the people that don't like our owners only count the top signings as them being good owners. Look at the list of kids we have got coming through now, and the lad we just got from Chelsea that is going to go on to be an absolute baller. You know, these were signings like Bashetic. They were signings FSG made years ago. The signings we have made under FSG, youth-wise, you're going to start seeing over the next few years, and that's why I cannot wait. But it goes back to what I was just about to say, that basically I was worried that the next Liverpool manager wouldn't care about that pathway. So it says here, Slot is committed to developing an exciting crop of academy youngsters and ensuring a pathway exists from the club's youth setup to the first team. Michael Edwards has always believed in the importance of ignoring outside noise. You know, the outside noise are the ones that are trend setting right now on X, and the ones that are putting their FSG out banners and all that. Yeah, they're the outside noise. The ones like ourselves, I would rather see McConnell or Tyler Morton or Ben Doak. If you're going to say to me now, right, Neil, you could have Bakayoko come in, which I do want, by the way, or if Bakayoko is not deemed right, they believe in an academy prospect to be better. So say, for example, Ben Doak was given the opportunity to be Salah's replacement, not just long term, but say if Salah's injured or he's away on AFCON, that's him. If you ask me, who would I want between Ben Doak and Bakayoko to go and make it, then the answer is just, it's always going to be the kids coming through the system, including the fact that he plays for Scotland, and I'd love him to play for Scotland too. But that's just my personal opinion. So I just think that we all love to see a kid come through. Yes, we all like big signings, so we do want big signings. So don't think for 1 minute I'm saying I don't want any signings. But there has to be a plan. And what I love is at Liverpool there is a plan. And that bit there by Michael Edwards I love. He ignores outside noise. He couldn't care less if he's starting a campaign now on Twitter. He couldn't care less. FSG couldn't care less, because if they listen to people sat on a keyboard, or even myself or anybody, do you think they'd become billionaires? Do you think they'd be able to buy Liverpool? Do you think they'd have to build 2 iconic stands like they've done at Anfield? No. They do it because they don't listen to any other than they have a plan, they have a business plan, and they go for it. Now watch what happens, and I'm going to save this video, put it on YouTube. What's going to happen is, everybody now will be getting the clickbait going. So all the clickbait will be going now of Liverpool haven't signed a player, blah, blah, blah. Liverpool are the only team that's not spent any money. I've just seen one a minute ago. Liverpool are the only team in the top 6 that haven't bought a player. Is this a race? What is this? A race where everybody's got to get the deals done before the 1st of August? We don't play until the 16th of August. It's 4 weeks away. 4 weeks. It takes 2 days to get a player signed. And then there was another bit that I'd shared earlier, which I loved, which was I mean, I'm a big fan of Darren McAntony, who's Peterborough United's owner. He's brilliant. He's a Liverpool fan as well, straight to the point. And he's just said you've got people playing at the Olympics, because of the Euros and the Olympics, all the senior pros that play international football have been given an extended holiday. So who are you wanting us to sign here? And another thing he said, Darren McAntony, and he knows this from being a Peterborough United chairman, he's approached Premier League clubs asking to loan a few players, and they've all said no, not until mid-August. Because, what was his answer? Because all the under 21, 23 players have gone on their tours with the first team, because all the senior players that are non-internationals are on holiday. So we haven't signed anybody at this present time because they're all on bloody holiday, or they're at the Olympics, or they've been given extended leave by the clubs. And also, the under 21 and 23 players can't be loaned out yet, so Slot doesn't even know yet who he's going to keep, who he's going to get rid of, who he's going to do this, he needs time. So give him time. Don't start a campaign against our owners and all that because you can't handle the fact that Man United have signed 2 players before us. Let's get something straight here. Man United are paying an 18-year-old boy 150 grand a week, an unproven centre-back in the best league in the world. So let's see how that ends. Oh yeah, well yeah. So Gerald Quansah's on 10 grand a week. 10 grand a week is 21, right? And you want us to pay 150 grand a week to a centre-back who's 18 from France. That's madness. So don't get your banners out saying FSG out. Get your banner out for yourself thinking I'm a loner, I need to go to a padded room. Because if you start putting players on 150 grand a week contracts at 18, your club's fucked and you end up like Man United. You know the team that just bought the 18-year-old? You end up like them. A circus that loses 16 Premier League games last season, finishes 8th in the league, concedes 85 goals and is the worst Manchester United team in history. Because they've done this for years. Oh, Ineos have come in. Look at this new strategy they got. Man United have always thrown money at players. It's still the Glazers. There's no difference. So to me, it is what it is. And I believe we have what I've said all along, a world-class recruitment structure. I'll carry on what I'm saying here. Michael Edwards has always believed in the importance of ignoring outside noise and only bringing in players when the club feel that they can add significant value. So, should we expect signings before the end of the window? The categorical answer is yes. Liverpool arrive home from their 3-game tour on August the 4th. When they reassemble at Kirkby Training Ground, Slot should finally have his full squad together for the first time. So let's get that straight there. August the 4th, which is, 11 days away, 12 days away, right, will be the first time Slot gets to look at his squad as a whole and goes, right, okay, I know I need this player, I need that player. There will be a list of targets already in a list in a row now, like Bakayoko, the lad from Japan, whatever. It'll already be a list there for them to go by and lose. It just says here, it should be much clearer by the exactly what's required for Slot for the season ahead, who is available and for what price. Business will happen before then if the right opportunity comes up and money is available. So money is available and we're waiting for the right opportunity to come up. Why should we go and buy, the Yarrow, whatever his name was, at Man United I've just paid £52 million for and 150 grand a week, when apparently Sepp van der Berg has had an absolute, I think he was the best young centre-back in Europe last season at Mainz. We've just got one come back through the door. And we don't need to pay for him because FSG bought him years ago for about £1 million. Why don't fans that start these campaigns about net spend starting a campaign about Liverpool being so bloody good at their job, which is world-class recruitment? I don't care if Man U spend 300 million, Aston Villa spend 400 million, or 200 million, and Chelsea spend 250 million. I care about Liverpool finishing above them in the league. Don't compare it to Man City. They're owned by a state-funded oil machine bunch of cheats. So there's no comparison. Chelsea, again, Saudi-funded, just run by Americans. Check your facts on that. Where did all the Chelsea players go? Koulibaly and all that. Sports washed to Saudi Arabia. So I like Liverpool with the price of the pies, the price of the Coke, Coca-Cola, the price of the popcorn, the price of whatever you get at the ground. I didn't say popcorn there, I'm not the cinema, but my point is, Liverpool spend what they earn, right? There's no pissing about. So if you're going to say to me, Neil, we'll bring in 2 world-class players or potentially world-class players, and do you know what we'll do? We'll promote 3 from the academy that could make it this year. There's my 5 for the summer. I'm happy. We move on. So it's as simple as that. So I'm just going to get to comments. Give slot time, good will come, mate. You'll never walk alone. Let's comment. Let's cop out. Evening, Neil. How you doing, boys? You good, yeah? So all I'm saying is, all right, Pam, not too concerned about new signings at the moment. Neil, I want to hear that Verge, Mo and Trent are nailed down first. That's another great point. So I could say 2 players coming in, 3 players coming in, 2 promoted from the academy to be in the first team, 16 or 18, whatever it is. And then Verge, Mo and Trent nailed down to contracts, get the season started, let's batter Ipswich, and then we go on from there. So I'm really happy because I know what's going to happen. Heads will fall off. You know, campaigns will start on Twitter. You know, with people saying, you know, John Henry's a tight twat and all that. John Henry's just probably sat in Boston now thinking, well, I've gave him a £150 million budget. They just haven't decided to spend it yet. Do you think he cares? Because what he sees is he sees what yous don't know. You know, when there's people putting up now, Targets won't spend a penny, we'll get somebody on the free. John Henry will probably be sitting there going, well, I'll take the shit for a couple of weeks because I know in 2 weeks' time they'll spend the 150 million I've gave them and then they'll all shut up. So he's immune to it. Doesn't give a shit what you put on. I mean, I don't get people that change their profile pictures to FSG out. What do you think's going to happen? Are they just going to go, oh, do you know what? Fucking hell, Dave's put his profile picture as FSG out, and I think I'm gonna sell this business now for $4 billion to a tycoon. I'm gonna get my stuff and piss off back to Boston. No, campaigns don't start on profile pictures. Campaigns start when the whole collective fan base turn on them, and you are 80% away from that.